back in there. And here we have Ramshot Enforcer 110 grain Mid-South exclusive black tips, which are apparently made by Hornady for Palmetto State for their saber blade ammunition or whatever that line is they have. So we're going to see if they don't group at all. Should be somewhat zeroed, so, but actually everything was a little bit to the right. So I'm going to preemptively make a couple clicks to the left. Might be dumb, but here we go. I did 2 clickers and I sent it left. Is that correct? Yes. All right. 17.3 grains, 110 grain poly tip. All right. I'm expecting velocity between 2,000 and 2,400 perhaps. I am not the biggest fan of this scoop. I need to put on a more better scope if I plan on actually like using it for load development. But then after we have a load, you know, you can switch to whatever scope for hunting or a red dot or whatever you need. But right now I'm trying to test a load, which isn't the easiest with some crappy glass. Anyways, we'll do what we can do. 17.3 grains, Ramshot Enforcer. Okay, so that one's about an entire minute low. I don't want to adjust until I'm done with this group. But yeah, nice flat primer there. We sure do feed nice and smoothly. Come on. I like using the rear rest here, but it's always a pain when you have a sling attached. Felt like a decent squeeze. So far it's very clean burning. I don't have a whole lot of soot around the necks, so we're reaching a nice burning pressure there. Ooh. What the heck? This gun doesn't seem to like extracting these tiny little cases that well. And other than that, I'm fairly fond of it so far. Alright, one left at 17.3. Not too bad. So we're hitting kind of low. I'm going to come up a few clicks. I'm going to come up a few clicks so I'm not off the paper by the time we get to our last charge. So up. So we moved a half a minute up there, which I don't know if it's going to make a difference at 50 yards, but anyways, on to our second charge of 17.6. That primer's a little flat. Ooh. Those two are almost touching. Primers aren't super flat, just more flat than the previous grouping. This group's looking pretty good on paper so far. Better than our first charge. So yeah, still very clean burning. I'm not going to say flattened primers, but they are getting flatter. And we're moving up to 17.9 grains of Enforcer. Okay, center dot, 17.9 of Enforcer. So the sun is hitting me right in the eyeball, which is making it hard to see my target, and I'm not sure if I was just way off the page or if that went into the first group, because that one was kind of low. Yeah, still slightly more flattened on the primer. These might be getting up to pressure here, folks. Wow. So it's definitely going into the first set of charges, so it's going to be kind of hard to analyze the target. But if they all go there, then all 5 of them went there. Still right in there, but that one didn't feel like a great shot. And we're definitely reaching the flattened primer zone. The flattened primer zone, yo. I'm gonna rub my elbow raw too today. That's gonna be nice. Holy moly. We might have ourselves a load here. Unfortunately, like I said, it's gonna be right on top of the first group. But this is impressive here for my terrible capabilities, at least. And I'm fighting with this scope to find the eye box. And then the sun brightens up like that, and it's really, really bright. Felt like a good trigger squeeze, but it looked low out of the group. But 4 of them, pretty much one hole. Let's check out our bolt face here. We might have some little brass shavings or something in there. Looks clean enough. Okay, moving up to 18.2. And we're definitely getting on the hotter end here. 5 shots, 4th dot, 18.2 Ramshot Enforcer. Do I make another adjustment so stay on the paper? I think we'll be okay. We should be good. But I'm going to say that's a pretty flat primer right there. Is that a sticky bolt lift? Certainly could have been. Looking pretty good though down there. These are definitely on the spicy side, but nothing too crazy just yet. And we got one more. That bolt did not feel sticky. So we'll do this last one and move on up. Bug on my face. Well, that's not too bad. We've got 4 kind of in a little crescent shape and 1 just lower than that. Easy bolt lift, but these are starting to kind of flatten out here. So I'm expecting this final charge to be a little spicy. Which is 18.5, the Hornady Max, I think. Hornady or Hodgdon, one of those companies. Hornady probably stole that data from Hodgdon. I don't know. They all kind of share resources, it seems. This Lee just copies everybody, and Lyman just copies everybody. Suck it, mosquitoes. Ugh. I'm about to go take a deep bath with some off. Okay, 18.5 on our final target. I think I definitely pulled that one. The case won't get off the extractor. Yeah, we're gonna say that those are definitely a max load. Definitely a max load. Those two are in the same hole. Definitely getting a little erratic down on the page. I think we passed our little pressure node. That last group looks pretty decent though. The third one is really nice. A little bit of horizontal stringing and 1 low on that. Yeah, those are definitely a maximum charge. Yep. Definitely a max charge there. Started to get a little erratic. And we definitely have some flattening on our primers with the last 2, maybe even 3 loads. So the 17.9 and the 18.2 were looking pretty good. They were looking pretty good. Let's go down and check it out. Retrieve our target. Let's try to not disconnect here. And we'll head on down to the target. So now that I'm walking here, I'm going to do a test. Does this change the aspect ratio and all the crazy stuff? Does this look like ass if you guys are on desktop? Inquiring minds want to know. Did it stand itself back up, or are we crooked? Anyways, back to the target. Ooh. So, here was our first group, 17.3. We had these 1, 2, 3, and then 2 were over here. Second group, 17.6. We have 2 in this hole, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, about 1 inch, not bad. And then our third group, 17.9, where we started to get those primers barely starting to flatten. 4 of them were right here in the same hole, and then this one is low. Probably me, but that was pretty impressive here. We just put them all in there, plus 1. And then over here, horizontal stringing and 1 low. And the 18.2 with the flat primers. And then 18.5 horizontal stringing and 1 low. So those are pretty ugly. This one looks better than this.
And this one has 4 and 1 load. So I think 17.9, we could work on that. Definitely have some room to play with the seating depth.